Welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal and to the Sakhir GP race review, where Sergio Perez claimed his first Grand Prix win at the 190th attempt following a pit stop error and a puncture cost George Russell the race. He finished ninth. Lance Stroll also got podium for Racing Point, and Esteban Ocon came a very impressive second. This caps an astonishing week in F1. Last Sunday's race at Sakhir, Russell appeared to be heading for a remarkable victory as a stand-in for Lewis Hamilton, as he led Valtteri Bottas commandingly heading into the race's final third. But the appearance of the safety car pushed Mercedes into an extra pit stop for both cars on safety grounds to protect their lead, and it triggered an astonishing sequence of events, ultimately leading to an agonising race-losing result for Russell. He ended up finishing ninth, while Perez, who is still without a drive for 2021 incredibly, took his own maiden win after a 9-year wait, and for the first time in their current team, Racing Point. Some of Bottas's tyres were first incorrectly fitted to Russell's car, with the fin then delayed behind as a mix-up ensued, and they returned into 5th and 4th positions respectively. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff bluntly described it as a colossal fuck-up from F1's dominant world champion team, citing a radio failure for the miscommunication in the garage. Russell was forced to pit again on the following lap to change to the correct set of tyres, and is under investigation by the stewards for running the wrong tyres. The Englishman was in 5th place when racing, but still seemed capable of hunting way back up the order to an inherited lead, having ended the opening lap in last place after a free-car incident in lap 1. Overtaking Bottas, who was still on the same tyre as a Mercedes fumble stopped, and then Stroll and Ocon in quick succession. Russell was 3 seconds behind Perez, but then sustained a right rear puncture and had to pit again. Russell finished in ninth for his maiden F1 points, but it was scant consolation for what should have been. Esteban Ocon finished second for Renault, catching his first F1 podium. Carlos Sainz was 4th for McLaren, having briefly run a second ahead of Bottas in the race early stages. After the lap 1 safety car, Bottas wound up 8th for Mercedes. But back to George Russell. He said, "I really can't put into words, to be honest," reflected just disbelieving Englishman. Jumped out the car. It wasn't a nice feeling. I've had races where I haven't had victories taken away from me once, but twice I just couldn't believe it. I gave it everything I had. The footage of Russell slumping back onto a grass verge in the paddock is likely to be the defining image of Sunday's remarkable race. Up to pit stop dramas, Russell has never driven the Mercedes 2020 car before Friday, and until Sunday had never scored a point nor led a race in F1, had looked like a seasoned veteran up front. He overtook pole sitter Bottas with a good move on the brakes into turn 1 and quickly set about building a small but steady lead, navigating the first pit stops without a hitch and building his advantage over Bottas to a race high of 8 seconds. He overcame initial issues with a sensor and appeared in complete control of proceedings as the lap count ticked down in Sakhir. Until that is the most uncharacteristic mistake by Mercedes during the safety car, when of all ironies, Russell's replacement at Williams and his friend and former junior teammate Jack Aitken crashed onto the pit straight and lost his front wing. Just gutting. Here we go, here is the final classification, and wow, Sergio Perez, just what a drive. If someone had told me that, I would have punched him in the face just to say they're stupid, but what a drive. He has to get that Red Bull seat. Ocon just went under the radar, as did Stroll, did their jobs, and that's a really impressive podium after a tough few races for them. Sainz as well, really impressive drive. Ricciardo, a bit scrappy for him, pit at the wrong time, but I think overall he can still be happy with that. Albon just really didn't have the pace this weekend. Kvyat 7th, he's been outstanding all weekend. This is just a great result for him. Bottas and Russell, obviously they'll be bitterly disappointed. I think we've just spoken enough about them. Norris intense, he got really far up there and then he just seemed to drip away. Gasly 11th, just didn't seem to have the pace of Kvyat, and then you had all the slower cars really towards the back. The Ferraris, he just couldn't seem to get anything out this weekend. And then of course you had Max and Charles with a crash, and yeah, I think it was Charles' fault and he definitely did deserve a penalty there, and I think 3 places is fair for Abu Dhabi. anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily F1 news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!